everybody. My name is Sandy Miller, certified fitness professional with So You Want to Be Fit Fitness Trainers. And welcome again to the Fit Tip series on foam rolling. You know, in the previous video, I talked about one of the reasons why you may want to start foam rolling. And one of those reasons are, what happens to the body is that it produces what we call muscle adhesions or muscle knots, okay? And it's all due to our lifestyle. It's all due to our repetitive movement that we keep doing the same thing 24/7 every single day, okay? Getting up in the morning, going to work, jogging around the corner, or even doing the same type of exercises at the gym. The body doesn't like that. It wants to do things differently, okay? Move differently, and what happens, it gets stuck doing these same entire things, and it builds these muscle adhesions or knots. So, what we're going to talk about today is moving ahead, and we're going to start working on our first muscle, which is called the gastrocnemius muscle. Okay, but before we do that, let's talk about the different types of foam rollers that you should be using or that you can get at your local sports store or even the big box store that I won't mention because I know everybody knows who that is. Okay, we can get different types of foam rollers, and I just happen to have two different types right here, okay? This is a large one, this is a medium-sized one, and there's also another one that's called a small one, okay? Now they have different shapes and different sizes, okay? If you're a beginner, my first suggestion is to use one that's smooth, okay? They do have ones that have the little bumpy things on top of them. Very painful. It takes a little while to get used to. I would say that if you're an advanced person that knows how to foam roll, go ahead and use those. But I would say first that you want to use a smooth one. Now, I would prefer that you would probably want to get a large one, okay? They run just a little bit under 20 bucks, okay? A little on the cheap side, not too bad for the usage and the benefits that you're going to get out of it. So I would suggest probably getting a large one. Now the reason why I say a large one is because it covers most of the parts of your body. So if you're laying and rolling on your back, or you want to roll out your quads at the same time, okay, this puppy will do good. If you like the short one, go ahead and get the short one. It's all a preference of what you want to use, okay? So let's move ahead and talk about what we call is the calf muscle, or also known as the gastrocnemius muscle. Now, here on our muscle diagram right here, if you can see this in the video, it's called the calf muscle or gastrocnemius muscle. This muscle is actually a two-headed muscle. There is a lateral side, meaning on the outside, and there is a medial side, meaning on the inside, okay? But also, this muscle actually attaches to what we call is your Achilles heel or your Achilles tendon, okay, which goes down to the heel. Now, the functionality or the function of the gastrocnemius muscle or the calf muscle is what? Is to raise the heels up. So, you know what that means. People that wear high heel shoes or elevated shoes or platform shoes, okay, usually have several different types, or I should say several forms of muscle adhesions or muscle knots. So I said types is because they could be a teeny one or a very large one or a medium one in there, okay? It's all according to how the body produces it, okay? Now there's soft tissue knots, and the concept of getting these muscle adhesions out, okay, is to create pressure. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the foam roller, we're going to press on the muscle, okay, and put as much pressure or compression on top of that knot. And the whole idea is to compress it down flat so that there is no more muscle adhesion. So what happens is when the muscle adhesion or the knot is on that muscle, it makes the muscle hypercontract. So can you imagine wearing your high heel shoes or your platform shoes every single day, going to work or even going to church or wherever you're going, okay? And your muscle is shortened. So you're up like this, okay? And that muscle is shortened, and even the tendon is shortened, okay? Or hypercontracted, and it stays like that because that's how we're making it stay like that. okay? By wearing those shoes and those heels like that, we're making that muscle and that tendon shorten, okay? So, guess what? When it comes time to do an exercise, or certain types of exercises, maybe like a squat or overhead squat, okay, guess what? Your heel is going to come off that ground because that muscle is hypercontracted. So, how do we get those knots out? We get those knots out by doing foam rolling, all right? So, we're going to demonstrate right now how to do it. So, we're going to do the gastrocnemius muscle or the calf muscle. And the important thing about this foam rolling on this particular muscle is that you got to be careful because it's close to the knee, okay? We got ligaments and tendons, okay, in this area, and we don't want to mess, we don't want to roll next to those areas. So, what's the idea? The idea is to roll on the meat of the muscle. Since we have a double-headed muscle, okay, we're going to roll on the lateral and the medial side of the muscle, okay? So, what we're going to do is lay the foam roller down, okay? And you remember, as I was saying, is that we want to apply as much pressure on this muscle as possible so that we can locate the knot and then compress and stay on it and flatten down that that knot, okay? So, first thing we want to do is we want to put our legs over the top, okay? Remember, put the meat of the calf muscle on the foam roller. Start in the middle. And then how we put the pressure on it is we're going to take the other leg and place it on top. So we're going to crisscross our legs, okay? And then what we want to do is lift up like this, and we're going to roll on it nice and slow. If you roll too fast, you might just roll right over that knot and miss it. You may feel a quick pain, and then, okay, back up. Roll back onto that, stay on that knot as long as possible. So, that's how we get it down. We're going to stay on it, okay? Now, this is a very painful process because we got nerve endings, we got knots, we got fascia going on, all in that area, okay? Soft tissue going all on that area. And the body doesn't like that, so it's going to sense pain, and you're going to feel it, okay? But guess what? It's important that we do this. Because what happens is, if we don't get these knots out, we go into what's called muscle imbalances, and we don't want to do that. That's the worst thing to do that you want to have in your body is imbalanced muscles. But guess what? Muscle imbalances creates such an imbalance how the muscles are going to function together, okay, that they can't work together. So you have a primary muscle and you have a secondary muscle that helps the primary muscle. But guess what? If the primary muscle is not functioning correctly because it's hypercontracted, because it has a muscle knot on top of it, the body neurologically is going to go to the secondary muscle, and that muscle is going to do the job, and that's what you don't want it to do. You don't want the body to take the path of least resistance. You want it to work functionality correctly. Okay, so back to this right here. So we're going to push up on that calf, push up, and create pressure or compression on top of that. You want to stay on it. You feel a little pain? Guess what? Stay on it. It's probably going to last you somewhere between 30 to 35 seconds. Okay? If it lasts like maybe a minute or something, or much longer than that, then you probably got an injury going on in that area of the body or that muscle, and you probably want to get that checked out by the doctor. So now we have some people that can't stay up on their hands too long like this, okay? What you want to do is kind of sit down, lean forward, and kind of press down, okay, on that calf muscle, all right? So till you feel that knot, okay? And since you can't go like this and roll back and forth, what you want to do is kind of just lift up and roll, okay, the foam roller till you feel that knot, okay? And then kind of lift up a little bit and hold it like that, or if you can't, you want to sit down like this and press down on it like this until you feel the pain starting to diminish. That is your key, that it is a muscle knot or a muscle adhesion, because the pain starts to diminish, and guess what? It goes away. And that's the great part about it. And guess what? After that muscle adhesion is flat, and the pain goes away, guess what? That muscle is no longer hypercontracted, it is now lengthened, which is a form of stretching. So, once you're done with the one leg, you want to switch over to the other one, okay? And you want to press up again if you're doing it this way, or switch legs, lean forward this way, pressing on it, and then just moving it back and forth with your hands here, okay, to locate the knots. Remember, you don't want to go too fast. You want to go slow. You want to lean, kind of roll forward a little bit. Watch out for that tendon, okay? You don't want to get too close. And then as you roll forward or up, okay, wait till you feel, all right, some pain, and then sit on it for at least 30-35 seconds, or as long as you can, because some people have shortness with pain, so they may want to reduce it, kind of sit back, relax a little bit on it, get your composure back, lift back up on it, and hold that compression till that pain goes away. Now remember, you want to go a little bit on the medial head of the muscle, or the lateral head of the muscle, I should say, okay, until you get that whole area rolled out. Once you get that whole area rolled out, then the muscle adhesions are pretty much gone, but don't forget, they can come back again, okay? So it's important that you roll out before you do any type of exercising, running, resistance training. You want to make sure that your muscles, okay, are free from knots as much as possible. So that is your gastrocnemius muscle, also known as your calf muscle. Foam rolling, that is the correct way how to do it. If you want to learn more information on how to foam roll more areas on your body, you should contact me, Sandy Miller, fitness professional, and you can contact me at 407-927-9087, or you can even email me at sandy@suw2bf.com. Come on, I know you can do it. Give me a phone call and let's get it going. Thank you again, and we'll see you on the next video. Have a great day.